Sairam students, we have come up today with a fantastic chapter, The Tree Doctor. Chapter number 4 from New Voices textbook. I'm sure students, you all are ready with a pen and a notebook to note down all the important points that we are going to learn today. Right from an early age, we have been listening, plant a tree, so that next generation can get air for free. Yes, students. In this chapter, we are going to learn about Dr. Tadaiko Yamano, life and achievements, and also his love towards nature and trees. So, let's first begin with the central idea of this chapter. Students, this chapter is a short biography of the famed Japanese botanist and tree doctor. Dr. Tadaiko Yamano was trained in forest management, which deepened his love and understanding for tree life. This chapter makes us familiar with nature in the neighborhood. It's about appreciating the regards of trees in Japanese culture. And we are also going to learn about life and achievements of Dr. Tadaiko. When an atomic bomb was exploded over the Japanese city of Hiroshima, hundreds of thousands of people and trees were killed and injured. Many believed nothing would grow in this city of decades. But Dr. Yamano, with his expert knowledge and love for trees in his heart, had made many old trees revived and put forth new buds. Students, I will read this chapter for y'all and then I will explain each paragraph along with new words. One August night in 1984, a typhoon roared and howled through Hiroshima, Japan, tearing at trees and buildings, uprooted and bending obstacles in the path. Suddenly, a loud crack resounded through the air, braving the wind and rain. People ran from their homes to see what had happened. A great Chinese nettle tree lay upon the ground, split 4 meters above the root. Students, here in this paragraph, there was a fierce cyclone which had brought destructive high winds, storm, and lightning in Hiroshima, Japan on August 1984. This typhoon had damaged trees completely. Trees were uprooted, and yes, students, a great Chinese nettle tree was uprooted from the ground, split 4 meters above the root due to this typhoon. Yes, students, in this chapter, we are also going to learn about this brave nettle tree. So, let's read further and learn something more about this nettle tree. There was no ordinary tree. Many years before, it had survived an even greater disaster. Hiroshima was the site of the very first atomic bomb attack, and in the searing blast, half of the tree's trunk was burnt black. The trees began to wither and die. But children from Motomachi Elementary School nursed it back to life, willing it to survive as a living witness to the bomb. Students, this great Chinese nettle tree was not an ordinary tree. This tree had survived from the atomic bomb many years earlier on August 1945, and then later again was badly damaged by a typhoon in August 1984. This shows a symbol of the will to live by facing an unpleasant situation. Hiroshima was a site of the first atomic bomb attack where hundreds and thousands of people and trees were killed and injured by this incident. Somehow, this natal tree proves that it was not an ordinary tree. Due to the bomb attack, half of the tree trunk was burnt black. It again began to wither and die. But children from Motomachi Elementary School nursed it back to life. I hope students, you all have understood till here. Students, it's time to learn and write few new words from these two paragraphs. The first one, obstacle. Obstacle means hurdle. I hope students you all are writing. The next is resound. Resound means echo. I repeat, resound. Resound means echo. Then the next is disaster. Disaster means calamity. I repeat, disaster. Disaster means calamity. The next is searing. Searing means burning. I repeat, searing. Searing means burning. Then the next is wither. Wither means weaken. I repeat, wither. Wither means weaken. Then the next is typhoon. Typhoon means a violent tropical storm. I'm sure students you all are writing. I repeat, typhoon. Typhoon means a violent tropical storm. Alright student. Now let's read further. Now, however, it seemed that the end had finally come. How could the tree survive the damage inflicted by the typhoon? There was only one hope, Tadaiko Yamano, the tree doctor. That's right, a tree doctor, someone who takes care of trees, just like other doctors take care of people. Students, in this paragraph, the children from Motomachi Elementary School felt that the natal tree could not survive anymore due to severe damage. There was only one hope, the tree doctor, Tadaiko Yamano. Yes, he was a tree doctor who loved trees and mountains, and he cares the tree just like an other doctor take care of people. Children from Motomachi School called Dr. Yamano for their help. I hope student you all have understood till here, and now let's move ahead and read further. When he arrived, Dr. Yamano pressed both his hands against the tree and closed his eyes in concentration. Through his palms he could feel moisture and sense the tree was breathing. The root structure was still solid. The tree will live, he announced. The children who had gathered around him anxiously sighed with relief. They followed his direction very carefully until finally a single bud appeared on the broken trunk of the tree. This was the 828th tree that Dr. Yamano had saved. Students, Dr. Yamano had saved many trees, and this natal tree was 828th tree which he had saved. Dr. Yamano had unique method to test or check the tree. He pressed both his hands against the tree and closed his eyes to focus on tree's breathing. While he was concentrating, he could feel through his palms moisture and he sensed that the tree will live. He informed the children that the tree will live after his therapy. He gave some directions and instructions to the children and he asked them to take care of the tree very carefully until a single bud appeared on the broken trunk of the tree. I hope students you all have understood till here. Now let's move ahead and read further. Tadaiko Yamano was born in Osaka, Japan in 1900. He loved mountains and trees and spent many of his early years overseas working in forest management. Dr. Yamano discovered for himself that the forests do not belong to man alone. They are home to many other creatures. He saw how trees store water and protect us from floods, and how they produce the air we breathe. Students, in this paragraph, we understand that Dr. Tadaiko Yamano was born in Osaka, Japan in 1900. He had spent many years in foreign country working in forest management. He loved mountains and trees and he made people realize that trees are home to many other creatures including humans. He saw how trees store water and protect us from floods. Students, do you all know how trees protect us from floods? Let me give you a small gist and tell you how trees protect us from floods. During the floods, the trees absorb some of the water and slow down the rain runoff. Their roots open up the soil and let the water get in instead of running along the surface. And this is how trees protect us from floods. Students, Dr. Yamano also noticed food for all living organisms are originated from trees. Every single organism depends directly or indirectly on trees for their survival, including humans. Trees not only provide food but also shelter and protection to many different types of organisms, including humans. He also made people aware that trees release oxygen that we breathe in. I hope students you all are clear till here, and now it's time to learn and write few new words. The first one, inflicted. Inflicted means caused to be suffered by someone or something. I hope students you all are learning and writing the words. I repeat the first one. Inflicted. Inflicted means caused to be suffered by someone or something. The next is concentration. Concentration means power of focusing all one's attention. I repeat, concentration. Concentration means power of focusing on one's attention. The next one is anxiously. Anxiously means worriedly. I repeat, anxiously. Anxiously means worriedly. We move towards the next one. Relief. Relief means a feeling of relaxation. I repeat, relief. Relief means a feeling of relaxation. And the last one is overseas. Overseas means in or to a foreign country. I repeat, overseas means in or to a foreign country. I hope, students, you all have written these new words. We will stop this chapter till here and will continue again in our next session. But before that, let us revise whatever we have learned till now. This chapter, The Tree Doctor, is a short biography of the famous Japanese botanist and tree doctor. There was a typhoon roared and howled through Hiroshima, Japan, tearing many trees and buildings, and had uprooted many ancient trees. There was a great Chinese nettle tree laid upon the ground, split 4 meters above the root due to the typhoon. Students, we also learned that this nettle tree was not an ordinary one. This tree had survived from the atomic bomb many years earlier in August 1945 and was again damaged by a typhoon in August 1984. Still, this tree could survive. This proves that it was a very precious tree, as it had faced many unpleasant situations. Hiroshima was the site of very first atomic bomb attack, where hundreds of thousands of people and trees were killed and injured. Due to this blast, half of the nettle tree trunk was burnt black. It began to wither and die. But children from Motomachi Elementary School, with the help of Dr. Yamano, nursed it back to life. Dr. Yamano loves trees and mountains, and he cares for trees just like other doctor cares for people. Dr. Yamano had saved many trees, and this nattle tree was 828 tree which he had saved. Students, we also learned that Dr. Yamano had unique method to check trees. He pressed both his hands against the tree and closed his eyes to focus on its breathing. During this process, he could feel through his palms moisture, and he could also sense the tree breathing. The children of Motomachi School was relieved when Dr. Yamano announced that the tree will live after the therapy. He gave some instructions to the children and he asked them to take care. Students, we also learn about Dr. Tadaiko Yamano, that he was born in Osaka, Japan in 1900. He had spent many years in foreign country working in forest management. He made people realize that trees are home to many other creatures including humans. He also saw how trees store water and protect us from floods. I hope, students, you all have understood this chapter till here, and now it's time for assignment. As you all know, students, you will be getting a link. You need to complete your assignment and then click on submit button. Alright, student, take care